Welcome to Good Neighbors. And of course, you know, when you see this show and you see me have a big smile on my face, it's going to be a good time. All of them have a good time, but some of them a little extra special joy. And on today, of course, we do have joy in the midst of other things going on. But you know what? We want to promote and let you know what's going on, how you can be involved, as well as, you know what, how you can be of assistance on a personal level. And I'm referring to the Relay for Life. And we have with us today the president of the board for Relay for Life, Ms. Carol Davis. And we thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know you've been here a couple of years, and some people say, "Oh, well, there's that show where they talk about such." Yeah. But you know, we're gonna have a good time. There's gonna be some other things that you're gonna find out about. So stay tuned. Now, let's go ahead and just let everyone know, remind everyone, what is Relay for Life?
Relay for Life is an event. It's the largest fundraiser for the American Cancer Society, and it is to benefit all cancer patients. We're trying to find a cure for all cancers. This is just across the board. Whatever cancer you have, if you're newly diagnosed, we want you to come out there. It is a lot of fun, too. And this year, we are celebrating our Sweet 16.
Sweet
Isn't
16.
that crazy?
Now, I want to go back a little bit. First, I know we want to know what the event is, but you also said that it is to help find a cure for all cancers, because I know they have various events that are for specific, you know, and you don't want to belittle anything, you know, especially concerning this area, but to let you know, if you can't, you know, participate in other things, in spite of what has happened in your life or to another relative in your life, this also can benefit you as well, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We honor our survivors and we honor our caregivers too, because those caregivers are on the front lines of this battle along with us. And you may have one caregiver, it might be your spouse or your friend, or you may have a whole army of
a whole slew of people, round the clock.
Absolutely. I did. I had different people, you know, taking turns taking care of me.
I'm glad you brought that in. I was going to say, okay, when I need to bring this party in. Give us your testimony. Of course, you don't have to go into the full-blown, because you don't need to know all her business. But at least she can give you that personal touch so you can know, wait a minute, you know, she's saying some things that I might have experienced or someone I know is experiencing. So give us your testimony.
On August the 8th, 2005, I was told that I had malignant breast cancer. And I had 4 rounds of chemo, I had a mastectomy, and then I had 4 more rounds of chemo and 33 radiation treatments. And everything's good. It did spread, but it stopped, and it didn't go any farther than my armpit. And today I am cancer-free.
Praise God. Congratulations.
Yay. Isn't that awesome?
And yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's a blessing from God. And I want to say publicly, of course, it's when you see someone who's told their testimony, they've experienced something of that, may not be cancer, but maybe another ailment, and you see them another year or you see them another day, then you know what? It's a blessing to see them, but it's also an honor to be able to honor them. And we honor you for continuing on with this. You could have said, you know what, I beat it. And
I'm done.
Yeah, it's too bad, so sad.
No,
you know,
I think truly this is my assignment from God. I think it's my purpose to go out and help others. And I'm going to clarify, I am the president of the American Cancer Society Board for Wichita County. Okay. That means that I'm available to you if you live in Electra, Burke Burnett, Iowa Park, you know, in any of these old satellite areas. But I'm here to talk about the 1-800 number as well. 1-800-ACS-2345. That's 1-800-227-2345. That's a phone number that we raise money for in the relay. We do this relay to raise money not just for research, but for this toll-free number that you can call 24/7. If you are newly diagnosed, we want you to call. And they are staffed by medical personnel and some other folks down there in Austin. And they'll answer this phone, and if they can't get to you right then, they will call you back. I guarantee it. I used it twice when I was diagnosed. And so we raise money for that with this event, the Relay for Life. We also raise money for 2 programs. Reach to Recovery, which is for breast cancer patients. That's where a survivor goes and visits with you before your mastectomy or before your treatments or whatever your situation is. And it's a very comforting and very interesting time of bonding. between you and another human being. It's a great service they provide. And we also raise money for Road to Recovery, which is where volunteers sign up to drive cancer patients to and from their treatments or whatever the need is. And I can tell you, when you have chemo, you don't feel like driving, you probably shouldn't drive.
Well, some people get a cold and they don't want to do anything. Yeah. So I can just imagine if someone, who went through the process of trying to do something that their body is going against,
right.
How drained they are. So that's a blessing. So that's if someone wants to help someone with transportation, getting to an appointment.
An appointment, your chemo treatments, radiation treatments. We have a few volunteers who do that, who are based out of the Wichita Falls office. And so you can call them at 691-2482. That's a number you're going to hear a lot throughout this show.
Well, no, that's good. And I'm glad you brought the 1-800 number out, too. This one, of course, is the local.
Right.
But when you gave that 1-800, my mind automatically went to hearing someone go, what is she giving that 1-800 number for when I want to talk to someone here?
I think most people don't realize that the Relay for Life is a fundraiser for many things. Research being key, the top one. But these these two programs I just mentioned and the toll-free number, that toll-free number can be a lifeline for somebody.
Okay. In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, hey, I've just been diagnosed with blah, blah, blah. I don't understand this word on my pathology report. Can you explain it to me? It's that kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's comforting because they do offer some, I hate to use the word counseling, but they offer you another survivor to talk to where you can say, oh, I don't like what I'm feeling, or, did you experience this, that kind of thing.
So you can go and talk to someone and get a better understanding,
right.
As well as have someone there who may be on the same note as far as understanding, because you can tell someone this hurts, this is happening to me, and sometimes we don't understand.
Yeah, if you've never been through it, you are not going to get it.
And also the flip side of that is, I'm trying to understand, but I can't get it. Like math questions, and
right.
sometimes I'm trying to get the process, but I can't get it. And it's not that you want to have it, but it's like, I need, and I'm glad that they have that number to have someone there at any time. Because
yes.
a lot of times people, and I know you've seen this, I don't know if you've experienced, if you want to even talk about it, how when you hear that word, some people go into shell and don't want to have any type of relationship with anyone.
Well, it's devastating. It really is. And I can tell you, when I was first diagnosed, my first reaction was shock. And I thought, oh man, I'm going to die right now, because one of the reasons they call you a survivor right when you're diagnosed is because if you can withstand the shock of hearing that, I compare it to, when I give speeches, I talk about, it's almost like the football players running down the field and they come back to the sidelines and they're out of breath. That was me.
Okay.
Total, it knocks the wind out of you. And so I stood there for a moment listening to this, trying to absorb this information, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. I thought, that can't be. This doctor has just given me a death sentence. That can't be right. That can't be. But it was. But I have to say, my friend upstairs, God took over, and he turned my attitude completely. He did a 180 on it. Because it did start out negative. I was thinking, you think those horrible thoughts. But boy, howdy.
That's just human nature. When you get bad news, to start feeling bad, thinking bad, but then you have to take control.
Right, but all you think about is negative.
Yeah,
and you're going in that direction.
Well, that's
wrong.
where your mind being transformed,
Horrible. But what he did in a very subtle, and I say sweet way, he just turned it. And from then on, it has been a smooth, it's not great, but it has been a smooth ride. Even the chemo treatments, they were not pleasant. The surgery, of course, not pleasant. You have a major body part removed from your body. That's a difficult surgery to recover from. But I tell you what, I've had many blessings from it. So each time I say thank you for this experience, because it has opened so many doors that I never would have opened.
Well, and that will bring us into, I saw the 3 words that were on the website pertaining to, I think it's attitude, as far as the mental aspect of to get people to thinking, not just those who have cancer are experiencing different things, but also those who don't, so they can also get in. I'm not going to use the word, but get in there. But I know, okay, if I can remember.
You celebrate life. Life is a gift from God. We celebrate it. You remember. You remember those who've passed away, because their fight was so important to help maybe teach the doctor something, and then you fight back. You fight back against this disease because there's a way to find a cure. We just have to find it.
And everyone can celebrate.
You bet.
Everyone can remember. I mean, we know that this is the Cancer Society's themes or words or points, but it's something everyone can relate to. Remember, and also celebrate, and also fight back. You know, you have to choose to get up and say, you know what, this is not going to beat me. This is not going to take me out. I'm going to do everything I can. And I think that's what this Relay for Life, it wants you to continue on in life. Continue on in life. Now, since we're talking about the relay, when is it?
It's June 3rd and June 4th at McNeil Junior High. We start at 7 o'clock in the evening. And I have to tell you, it's kind of a symbolic gesture. We start at where it becomes the darkest time of night, because that's the darkest time of your life when you're diagnosed. Then it goes into the morning hours and the sun comes up.
You
and
start
there's
seeing
a new
things
day,
differently.
and there's hope. And so our watchword for the whole event really is hope.
Okay.
We offer hope. And as not only am I the president of the board, but I'm a hero of hope. And so my job is to encourage and offer hope that there is a cure, that you can survive this disease. And I'm living proof, as God is my witness, I am living proof that He does answer prayers. I really am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
and I can testify to that. If you put me in the witness stand in a courtroom, I can testify to that.
Yes, ma'am. And you know what? It's so so wonderful to see. I've been to a couple. See everyone that comes out and celebrate.
You bet.
And remember, and with you saying that and the fight back, I think each step the individuals are taking around the track. Of course, each step I'm seeing someone who's pressing forward, not just the individual who has cancer, but the family members who are living on past
Those
the ones who may have
caregivers.
died,
Those
are the ones who have
caregivers.
taken care of.
Right. Well, we do the first lap with the survivors, and it's just their lap. So you'll see a sea of purple just walking the track.
Like you see today, the purple.
Like you said, purple's our color.
You know, we're going to come back
Okay.
and come back around the track in a couple of minutes and let each and every one of us know that we can also help someone, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally. You know what? You're there, and there's a reason you are there. And we thank God and praise the Lord that we are here to be helpers one to another. We'll return back with more Good Neighbors right on this station after this.